Hello again, everybody. It is the coach. You're tuned in to Madden 19 on EA Sports. Coming up, Big Ben Roethlisberger and the Pittsburgh Steelers face off against Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints. With that, let's get over to the Mercedes-Benz Superdome with the call from New Orleans. Here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
First opened back in 1975. There's a look inside the iconic Mercedes-Benz Superdome in downtown New Orleans. This is what it looked like just a moment ago in the heart of New Orleans. Folks, there's no place for this noise to go in the Superdome. It is loud, and these fans are ready for football as their Saints get ready to do battle with Ben Roethlisberger and the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm Brandon Gaudin along with Charles Davis. Charles, good matchup here. A couple of playoff teams from a season ago.
And just think about how the NFL works, partner. 8 teams that made the playoffs the year before didn't make it last season. So there's always going to be parity in this league, and guys have to be ready to go. Just because you made it the year before doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get back again.
And here come the Sarah opening drive. We get a good peek at a man in his 13th year at the controls of the Saints. In his 18th season overall, it's Drew Brees.
And to say that he knows every bit of the New Orleans offensive playbook, terminology, nuances, and creates a few of his own would actually be an understatement for Drew Brees. He makes everything go with that offense and makes everyone around him better. Every time he takes a snap, there's a potential for a big play and a touchdown.
Ready? You ready?
The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30. And a look now at the offense for New Orleans.
And we'll see the second half of their dynamic duo in the backfield, and that's Alvin Kamara, who in 2017, the NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year. How about this? Over 1,500 total yards and 13 total touchdowns in a debut performance. Expect more of the same and probably a little bit extra.
Ready? You ready?
On second down, here's Brees. And it's hauled in by Ben Watson. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
Ready? Yellow lady, yellow lady.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And no room that time. Getting it to about the 46. It's Big Vince Williams who made the tackle. Another gigantic game for Kamara. He had 181 all-purpose yards, 3 more touchdowns. Kamara, he leads the league in yards from scrimmage, so I'll ask my resident volunteer here. Could you possibly have seen him becoming a monster like this?
I think it's always easy to say yes after the fact, but we did know before the fact that he had this all-purpose capability, that you could throw it to him. Obviously, he could run it. I did think he could run it better inside than maybe people gave him credit for, and he did that against the Giants. Ran for 134 yards. So you could see all those things coming together. But to absolutely say we would see him at this level this fast, I'm not sure anyone could unequivocally state that.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. And incomplete here on third down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that in the back pocket. Interesting nugget on the Steelers as their offense comes back out here. They had won 9 straight on Sunday night. Well, that run ended week 4 with that 26-14 loss to their division rivals, the Baltimore Ravens, Charles.
Yeah, not a particularly smooth game offensively for Pittsburgh. Normally, we see them operate like a high-end automobile and score a bunch of points. Ben Roethlisberger not quite connecting with his receivers, notably Antonio Brown, and that's really unusual. I can't believe this team is 1-2-1. I thought they they would run.
Fighting to get back to the goal line. I don't think he got there. He did not. Did not get back there. It's a safety. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here. A safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
So a free kick situation forthcoming from the 20 as they'll punt this one away. Taking it about the 16. Ooh, the juke. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. Off the play fake to Kamara. It's Breeze. He'll let it fly in the direction again. This is caught inside the 15. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 59 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
A first opportunity upcoming in the red zone for the Saints. They've got a 1st and goal from the 10-yard line. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. A pickup of 4 on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and goal. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and they're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. So stuff for no gain on 2nd down brings up a pretty interesting 3rd from this distance.
I'm throwing the ball, and I'm not even thinking about play pass. I'm going to let them know right away I'm throwing it, but I'm probably giving my quarterback some room, sprint him out to one side or the other, and give him an opportunity. If it breaks down, he can take off and run for it.
Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Able to hold him to just 2 yards, and now it's 4th and goal. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion. And what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Well, they're going to try this thing. They're at the 5, 4th and goal. They're going to go for it. We'll see. Run, probably pass to both in the arsenal.
Yellow lady.
Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down.
False start, offense.
And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time, and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw
Still 4th down.
you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
And Lutz puts this one through. And that will give us the very rare scoreline of 5-0. So it's our first offensive points of the game so far, and it gives us a very rare scoreline. We don't see this one often, 5-0.
Yeah, it's been sort of a weird one to this point, hasn't it? But hey, in this league, you take any way you can get them.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. And last time they surrendered to safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get, and it's just so strange to see that go up on the board, and then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
It's Connor as they stay on the ground. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They go play action now. Roethlisberger. He's going to air one out. The long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third.
It's never a bad idea to try and get it to Antonio Brown, but there must be a little bit of the Madden curse going on for our cover athlete here. Hasn't been able to get that elite separation that we're used to seeing from him.
On third down, Roethlisberger. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Manti Te'o. He's the one that gets him down. It'll be a loss of 5, and it'll bring up fourth down.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
On 1st and 10, here's Breeze. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Breeze to throw on second down. A battle for it here, and this will be caught. 23 yards on the play. Now a pitch out to Kamara. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Ready? You waiting? Ready for check?
Breeze on the draw, gives to Kamara. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Cameron Hayward in on the tackle. Well, that was better than the first go-around when he lost yardage, but still nothing there, and that's set in long. Tough spot here.
Put it mildly. Sometimes I wonder if some of that old-school football should come back into play. You know what I would think here? Quick kick. Try and change field position. Help out your team.
Play action. Breeze. Flushed out right. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. 1 quarter in the books. It's the Saints in the lead early here. We'll head back to New Orleans after this.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Saints football to begin quarter number 2. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. Here's Thomas Morstead now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. And the Steelers set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more
rush coming, and he's taken down. A.J. Klein coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver. And that'll make it 3rd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Now Ben on 3rd and long. And he connects with Vance McDonald. And he's able to get up here to the 26. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Pulled in at the 24. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The offense and Alvin Kamara heading back onto the field. It's the 2nd quarter. His team has the lead, but I think he's hoping for a little bit more production out of himself.
And we often talk about preaching patience to a runner when things are a little bumpy in the early going, but we have to do the same thing with the offensive line. They can't wait to halftime to make the adjustments. They have to do it from series to series so those surface tablets come into play. Check out what the defense is doing and see if they can find a better way to run it.
So they search for that patience here now.
How about the timing on that one? Where they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
Ready? We're waiting. Waiting, let's go.
Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Hey, we go. Ready? Yellow lady, yellow lady.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
The Saints on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 4.
Ready? Yellow lady, yellow lady. Ready for check.
From the gun, it's Breeze. And Ginn's got it. Breeze to another long-time vet, Ginn, for the New Orleans 1st.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this, when he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. They'll give him a yard on the play, and it'll be a 2nd down.
But it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
Hey, ready? We're ready.
Here's a carry now for Mike Gillislee. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a 1st down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Ready. United.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Kamara. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
Well, that run wasn't very successful. They did have a big one on the previous play. So you get the sense that the offense is probing around, trying to find the ones that are going to work. And when they find them, they'll keep coming back to them.
Ready. You ready? Ready for shot.
Now Breeze throwing on second down. Dancing to his left. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's third down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Ready. You ready?
On play action. Now Breeze. Rolling to his right. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando, and Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime report.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
It would appear Sean Payton's made the decision here. They will go for it on 4th. They come out here in the eye. Running on 4th, it's Zach Line. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Zach Line, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead.
Well, if there's ever an area on the field that the fullback would get involved as a ball carrier, that was it. And that's exactly what we just saw. The big fella barreling in for the score.
Will Lutz on for the point after. Lutz with the extra point, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. Lutz now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Back onto the field now comes the wideout Antonio Brown. Hasn't had his best day to this point here in the second quarter, and they're losing. You got to think, though, that also means that maybe the defense doing a good job on him. There's two sides to that coin.
I would agree, so you have to give them credit, but that means you've got to find a way to beat that defense and make sure one of your top playmakers touches the football and has an impact on the game. Change formations, change where he lines up, put him in motion, anything possible to shake him free.
Maybe that greater impact comes here on this drive. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Well, CD, a quick look back at Week 4 in the NFL. Not good for rookie QBs. They went 0 for 4. You had Rosen and Mayfield making their first starts. Both close losses.
Yeah, and Sam Darnold took on Jacksonville, one of the better defenses in the league. That's a tough go, and obviously lost that game. And then how about Josh Allen in Buffalo going to Green Bay, the Packers wearing the throwback uniforms. He almost didn't have a chance in that one. That was a really difficult one. But you mentioned Rosen and Mayfield. Close losses, acquitted themselves pretty well overall, although Mayfield did turn it over 4 times.
It's caught inside the 25. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A big play there. 71 yards. And the Steelers are able to make this a close game again. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers. That meant fly route, go. Look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
The return man is Hill. Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And he'll take this back down inside the 20.
As that ball got away from him, and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
Now Roethlisberger, and he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
Well, one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Second and 10. It's Roethlisberger once more. And he comes back with one complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal.
I know I spend a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a...
Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown. As his guys are in for 6, and the Steelers are able to strike for 6.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Marty looking forward.
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Mike Gillislee now with the rest of this offense heading back onto the field. You can count his carries on one finger. They've only given him the rock one time, Charles. What gives?
So we can't draw any conclusions just yet. He has to touch the ball multiple times in order to get into a rhythm and have a chance to have success. You know who else gets into a rhythm?
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Yeah, he's just trying to throw this ball into the hole in the zone, but those windows can open and close quickly, especially in the middle of the field. So if the timing's not right, we'll see interceptions like that one right there.
Over the middle here to Brown. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
They get the tackle, Marcus Gilbert. Second round pick back in 2011 out of Florida. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And McDonald here over the middle. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Roethlisberger. On the left side, it's McDonald. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
So they decline it, as that will bring up 4.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you've got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties, and they wisely did not take that one and made it 4th down.
And Boswell's kick is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. Still a little bit of time left here in the 2nd quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that, and we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on.
Drew Brees getting ready to go again on offense. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing. He's got it at the 15. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. And we are back here. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. So the offense takes the timeout. And now we're set to get going. A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
Ready? You're 90. Ready for check.
Now a play fake here on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Ready? You ready?
Now Brees on the bootleg. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. So on third down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. From the left hash, this from 37. And Lutz's kick is good. And that will cut the lead down to just 2. So they're still down, but they are able to salvage 3 here heading into the lockers.
This is what you work on from the beginning of training camp. Heading into the half, put some points on the board. No matter what the score says at that point, you've accomplished what you set out to do.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it down. So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Steelers out in front. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everybody, to our abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. We want to remind you that new this year in regular season games, I'll take you around the NFL and give you stats and scores from games in progress, as well as look back at games that have already been completed. So keep an eye out for that. But for now, let's get you back out to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And no back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Well, while we have a second, wanted to touch on a new program that's making its debut that's got a lot of people excited, Charles. It's the Madden 99 Club. Now, what that is, gives special recognition to those guys with an overall rating of 99. Of course, that's as good as it gets. So through a partnership with our friends at Nike, you're going to see custom, one-of-a-kind gold 99 Club cleats and gloves reserved for guys like Antonio Brown, Gronk, and Luke Kuechly.
And you and I were fortunate enough to get an early sneak peek at them. And I'll tell you, for my money, really cool thing that they're doing. Sharp look. And how cool will it be for those guys to be part of that exclusive club and have something that no one else in the league has that signifies them as 99s. That's pretty cool.
And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. The 20, 10, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A big play there. 71 yards. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, It's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Breeze now on 1st down. He's going to go for a big play downfield. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Credit the secondary and credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Breeze. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 47. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're...
Now Ben hit, and he lost the football. It's loose. The Saints say they have it. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Being chased out left. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
There's nothing like pressure to affect the accuracy and the timing of a guy trying to throw the football. And on that play, they ended up flushing him to his left, contacted him as he's trying to throw the football, and that led to the incompletion.
Easy.
Breeze will try again on 2nd down. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. The former Buckeye, Hayward. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. On play action, it's Breeze. Steps away to his left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's 4th down.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
It's a 47-yard field goal try from here, but instead they're going to opt to go for it on 4th down. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there.
4th and 1, this is what fullbacks live for. They're always the guys with all the marks on their helmets because they love sticking their heads in there to fight for the tough yards. And he gets the tough yards here to give his guys a 1st down.
And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Cameron Hayward in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Now Breeze. This is caught. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Cameron Meredith, 26 yards. And the Saints are back within a score.
Trying to make a comeback often appears daunting, but the only way to get there, start small, score, and worry about getting the next one after that.
Lutz to try to add the PAT. A little surprising they wouldn't go for two, but this is up and good, and the lead is down to 2. Lutz now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Steelers' offense now, they head back onto the field. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. Throwing to start the drive, but that went incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the number one thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to hit, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
2nd and 10 now. It's Roethlisberger. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Give him 9 on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
A short game that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. This is taken around the 12. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And out will come the offense as they take over. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
They begin on the ground with Kamara across the 30 to the 31-yard line. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Off the play fake to Kamara, it's Breeze. He's going to let this one go deep. It's caught inside the 25. And he takes it down deep into Pittsburgh territory. It's a big play there for the Saints. 61 yards. Well, we haven't been shortchanged on offense. Another fun play to watch there on the deep pass.
Has the feel of, what, a turkey bowl, a Thanksgiving day. You know, when we get together this year, when the Davises and the Gaudens get together, that's what our playbook's going to look like they're drawing them up in the dirt, and so far it's working for both of them.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
And just one man in the backfield here. That's Kamara, 2nd and goal. They'll come out in the pistol. Now Breeze. Forced out, and he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Drew Brees with now his 2nd touchdown of this 3rd quarter. And the Saints are able to cash in for 6.
That was not a designed run. It was supposed to be a pass, but it turned into an exceptional run. What a scramble for a touchdown.
Lutz will look to add the extra point. Lutz good on the extra point, and the lead is up to 5. A 4-play drive that time, and it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. Lutz now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep, and he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
They'll run it now out of the gun. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. This one complete, right side to McDonald. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
They'll wind up losing a full 10 yards on the play, and it'll be a 2nd and long. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. It's a gain of 5, but they're still deep in a hole. 15 yards still to go on 3rd down.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Here's Roethlisberger to throw. Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They're down their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
They'll go option on 2nd down, right side. And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the field. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know, defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Saints. They'll be looking to expand their lead here. They've got the football as we start the 4th. The Saints on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd down and 12.
Ready. Ready.
Play action. Breeze. And that's complete. It's Watson. And they take this up near the 30 before he's taken down. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23. I'll tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Breeze now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Ready. Ready.
Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. Powerful running. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine.
Ready. Ready.
Again, it's Kamara. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. T.J. Watt in on the tackle.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. To throw is Breeze. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Javon Hargrave in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
Brandon, more often than not, you'd say they've had his number, and we can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks given up. But guess what? He's still been able to make some plays, and right now they have a lead.
His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Now Brown.
Illegal block in the back. Return team.
And that negates a pretty decent punt return.
And the goal is to gain a 1st down on a punt return, which is 10 yards. This was much more than that, but it is going to come back due to the illegal block in the back.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that's caught inside the 30. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Big Ben with his 4th touchdown pass of the afternoon. And the Steelers have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. So a big play now as the Steelers will go for 2.
180.
They'll try and run it here. And he will not get there. He comes up short. And they're unable to push this lead to a field goal as it'll remain a 1-point game. Boswell on now to kick this one away. The dangerous Hill now to return. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans, and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Throw left side, taken in by Meredith. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A really good pickup of 28 yards. All the yards, completions, just another play that's a feather in the cap of the great career of Drew Brees.
And wasn't he supposed to be too small to be an effective quarterback in the NFL?
Yeah, how'd that work out?
Yeah, well, his footwork, I think, really sets him apart. Remember, he was a junior tennis champion, beat Andy Roddick, the future U.S. Open champion, back when they were in the juniors. I think that footwork really helps him be the great quarterback he is now.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Alvin Kamara really settling into the league in his second season. And, of course, he came out of Tennessee, but not a lot of people remember he started at Alabama.
He did, and got caught in that big mix of running backs at Bama. And they like those bigger, thicker runners, those guys that can break down defenses through the middle. Alvin Kamara ended up leaving Alabama, going to a junior college for a while. I believe he went to Hutchinson. Junior College, before matriculating at Tennessee and finding his way to the NFL, where he is now a star.
Here's Brees to throw. And incomplete. He tried to leave it underneath. Nearly got picked. They may be lucky to have that one back. Third down. I guess they're in a situation now, fourth quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted. And if it does get picked off, that could possibly seal this one.
Now Brees on third down. Buying time to his left. He can run for it, and he will. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up fourth down.
I like his effort there. He got it done on his own. But let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs, because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he might pick up the first down. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Ben Roethlisberger with 4 game-winning drives a season ago, tied for most in the NFL as he brings the Steelers up 1st and 10. Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. It'll be a gain of 4, and it'll make it a second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack. A lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
To throw here, Roethlisberger. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
With a dime look on defense, 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play. One
of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Now Roethlisberger. But it's brought in by Washington. He gets 7 out of it, and he also gets a first. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. First down, and he gets out of bounds.
Now you have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
All right, here we go.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. So a challenge is upon us. I tell you, close game, fourth quarter. This is a huge Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way. Antonio Brown, kiss him goodbye. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Antonio Brown, 64 yards. And the Steelers have taken the lead here in the fourth quarter. So from 3 scores down, these guys have the way back to grab the lead. And I'll just tell people what happened when they went up 3 scores. I wrote on your paper 2 words, game over, and now I'm eating those words. I was wrong.
A little salt, a little pepper, goes down pretty easily.
I will admit when I make a mistake.
Well, it looked like it was going that way. This is one of those paging Frank Reich moments, and I can't believe I just brought that up, because Frank Reich at Maryland in college did it to my Tennessee Volunteers, and that was a big reason why my team lost.
Sounds like you still harbor some pain from that game.
You know, we still got a little time to work it out with the doctor.
So Brees going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. On play action, now Brees. Now Brees lost the football. But fortunately, the Saints were able to hold on to it, so they will indeed keep possession. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They fake the give. Here's Brees. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 35. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 55 yards. First down now, but that clock rolling. He'll look to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Now, he's been a busy man out of the backfield. They've looked his way quite a bit so far in this game.
Nice job there defensively, though, adjusting, because a couple of his earlier catches, he was wide open. Not that time.
You mentioned the key word, adjustment. A better cover man on him now in space.
He's back to throw. And now he'll tuck it and run. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. Back to throw. The catch made over the middle by Ginn. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down complete. A man who's been busy this afternoon. It's Kamara again. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the 4th. So the offense takes the timeout, and they are back out and ready to rock. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal.
We got three, fellas. We got ready. You ready?
Back to throw. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A great effort there in the final minute. And the Saints have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but not. You got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
Ready? Ready, what's that?
To throw is Breeze. And he'll get into the end zone. So now a field goal would only tie as they've upped their lead to 3. So they make the decision. They want a 3-point lead versus a 2-point lead, and they got it.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, it seems like the exact right thing to do. Put a little pressure on your defense, but the biggest thing now is you're making the other team chase you.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And with time of factor here late, he'll just take a knee and out to the 25. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you get a decision. Are you in field goal range or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. They'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Roethlisberger will hand the counter, and he will lose yardage here to the 31 line. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. Again, it's countered. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as well. We'll get a timeout, as he'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. This to potentially send us to overtime. Now the Saints will use their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. This to potentially send us to overtime. And his kick is good. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds. And now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
And they will take a knee here as time will likely run out on regulation, and we'll go to overtime. And we need overtime to decide this one after 4 quarters of play. We're all even. The extra session in a moment. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. The return man is Hill. onto the field comes New Orleans. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
As we said, they control their own destiny now. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a sign. First throw of overtime for Breeze. Caught on the left side by Ginn. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down. So he hooked up with a veteran there, and in overtime, that's not a bad idea. Go with the age and the experience.
Yeah, because sometimes the young guys, they give you the fresh legs and give you all that bounce. But in this type of a situation, sometimes those legs slow down a little bit as the enormity of the moment overwhelms them. The veteran guys, they tend to come through.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. On play action, it's Breeze. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this will be caught. Touchdown. They needed overtime to get it done, but put this one in the win column. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters what you wanted, but how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. The Saints are winners here as we say so long from New Orleans.